Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be going through the Carlton versus Port Adelaide game, going through who went well, who didn't go so well, and how this will impact, AFL fantasy for the last 6 rounds or so. So before we get into the video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you'll know when I upload, and let's get into the video. So as you can see here, Silvani 110, doesn't really matter at all. And Newman 108. Because Silvani was 110 and he barely got anything hit-outs wise, so I don't think it will matter too much. Newman 108, Cripps 100, so he looked better in the second half, but I'm not going to probably pick him this year because he just doesn't look like he's performing that well. Newman 108, as we had talked about, just a good second half there. Kerno 98, he really just came alive in the last quarter, kicking 2 goals, 2 in it, and that was about it from him. DeConing 97, and yeah, he just did all his work in the first 3 quarters, then did nothing in the last, but yeah, so I think he's going to be on the move next year, and actually could be interesting if he's the number 1 ruck at the team next year. Akers 89, again, just showing that these wingmen can sometimes be inconsistent. Doherty here as well, 88, so a little bit annoying with him, but he's so highly owned that it doesn't really matter too much. 25, 26, 8, 29. So, yeah, just couldn't get involved. And then McGovern 80. Sam Walsh only has 76 is quite disappointing for those Walsh pod owners because you would expect him to be able to put up big numbers, and he's just not putting them up. If we look at Walsh now, 766k, and it just doesn't look like he's getting... He obviously isn't one that gets many disposals, non-disposal points. But if you look here, back here at this run here, or even just up here, 11, 12, 15, 11, 12, 7, 8, whereas now he's 9, 5, 7. He's a lot lower than he was back when he was doing so well. So I think that's one of the reasons for his big drop-off is you're looking at, I would say, even with the tackles dropping off, like here as well, you're looking at 16 points here and 10 to 12 points here. That's 28 points. That's the difference with a ton here, even with only 23 touches. And then also you're looking at him having another 4 or 5 less kicks, and that's where the real damage is being done. And that's why he isn't scoring those 120 scores. Hewitt's 74, 22, 25, 11, 16. Fogarty, Motlop, Chera, 62, just didn't get involved at all. Cottrell, Sard, 51. Cunningham, Martin, Boyd, Kemp, Dow. Dow was actually on very early and still only put up a 46. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 touches, not the best for a full game. Wittering, Chincotta, Mackay went off very early, and then Owies also didn't do anything, so that was a weird one. Houston 156 was absolutely ridiculous. Imagine if he had a 40-point last term, that would have been a 167 or so. So he was ridiculous, and I don't think I'll be grabbing him because he has these types of games sometimes where he just has those. I don't know if he ended up with 10 marks or not, but he came pretty close, I'm pretty sure. 9 marks, 6 tackles, yeah, that's what it was. So yeah, he had 40 odd disposals and 9 marks and 6 tackles, which would have got him 50 odd non-disposal points. Rosie, 30, 28, 32, 21, pretty consistent there, and yeah, got to the 111. Drew, 92, Wines, 92, Dersma, 85, Farrell, 82, and he fell off after the first quarter. Powell Pepper, 76, Good second half from Pal Pepper after a 14-point first. Zach Butters did all his work in the second quarter, and then I think he pretty much sat the last as he might be in danger of being injured. So a 3-point second half from him is quite concerning for those owners, because that'll be a forced trade out pretty much at this point for those high-ranking people. And if you look at the forward line, there isn't terribly much to go on. If we look at the 3-round averages, you've got Myers, who's been pretty good these last 3. Then you've got Dunkley coming back, Dustin Martin, but that's basically 90s, and he's done nothing else outside of that. If you look at 5-round average, you've got Dunkley, Nick Martin, who put up a 79, who's been slightly inconsistent recently. McRae, who hasn't put up a ton in 3 weeks. Tex Walker is a key forward. Adams, Bolton, who put up a 99, who's been ultra inconsistent. Caleb Daniel, you could go for, but he didn't put up a good score and didn't have a good score here. And then pre-buy didn't have a good score, so you'd be banking on a little bit. Then you've got Sheasel here, who's gone and had a bad score here, but he's not actually too bad of a position. And he has a good run coming up, so you could go after that. But yeah, it's really at the point now where it's really hard to, I guess. And even Henry, who put up a 75, has gone a couple tons and then a couple of 70s, so he hasn't really been able to do much. So if you're really looking for a forward guy, you got to go straight up to Dunks. And Zach Butters, who had a 136 break even, is now down at 850k, and that bridge is a lot harder to make up now based on that. And I'm sure his break even is up here in the top part of it. Yeah, 143 break even anyway. So that's going to be pretty hard to catch up. Lysette, Ruckman just sort of doing nothing, to be honest. Boak, Jones, Williams, no one else here really to actually talk about. I think, no, not really. So that is the video there, and I'll see you guys in another video, I guess. There isn't much, not looking through here again, there isn't much to talk about. No rookies or anything, and no real top guys to talk about other than the top 1 or 2 guys. So yeah, that's the video, and I'll see you guys in another video. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.